another segment.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome to Breaking the Fast. Today we have a mfundis at the table. So today we're going to behave, guys. We're going to behave.
A little bit.
I think you'll do a better job introducing our guest today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good to have you.
It's good to be here. This is lovely, guys.
Thank you. I think why I said a little is also because he's my friend. So I'm just like, yeah, you're my friend. You're also my pastor. But anyway, to introduce our guest today, I'm going to read a little bit of something.
Yes,
our guest
go for
today
it.
is someone who wears two powerful hats, right? Mm-hmm. He's a pastor, and at the same time, he's the CEO of GEC Events.
Amazing.
I don't know if you guys have seen GEC doing its thing the past 3 years.
3 years
We'll
now.
tag
3 years,
them.
yes,
We'll tag
now.
them.
Is creating experiences, bringing people together, and I think for me, the most thing that I've seen is just glorifying the name of Christ.
Hallelujah.
Through his work and everything. We're excited to hear about his journey, the intersection of faith and business, the lessons he has learned along the way.
Sure.
And also, he's a father and he's a husband to a very beautiful wife, I might say so. Myself, she's my friend too. Please welcome
Okay.
Lyncolin Kapswara.
Hey,
Thank you,
welcome.
It's so good to be here. I am honored and privileged. Honestly, I love you guys.
Oh,
And
thank
it's
you
really
for
a privilege
coming.
to be
We're
here with you
honored
guys
more.
today.
Yeah.
Really excited.
So let's get into it.
Yes. I mean, Charlene, please tell us what we have today.
Okay, so
before we
today
do
I made a multi-grain waffle. It's got sorghum, it's got quinoa, it's got brown rice, black rice, any rice, and beans.
Okay.
Yeah, and then that's mixed with some cheese, and then we've got like a savory fig jam going on with the beef
Okay.
pastrami, because I know you
Yes.
guys don't
Really
like
looks
fish,
nice.
don't like pork,
Yeah.
so I had to work with beef today. I think
Okay,
we've done
cool.
too much chicken on the
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
So enjoy, dig in.
Really looks good. Thank you.
So we
Okay,
literally
this is it.
break the
The
fast.
fast.
Yes.
Yeah, from the day before. Like
Dinner.
me yesterday, I was
Between
fasting.
dinner and today.
No, me, I was fasting the whole of Wednesday.
Okay, cool.
So this is me literally
Breaking the fast.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Amazing.
So enjoy.
Thank
we will
you.
talk and eat.
Yes.
And laugh.
Yes.
Love it.
Very loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell us. I mean, GEC.
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 That's what you want us to
Start
start.
with
Yes,
GEC.
I want to know what it means before everything else.
Okay.
What it means.
Yes. Because it's an abbreviation.
I wish my wife was here.
Yes.
Because she really came up with the name.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's an interesting story. So, interesting for me. I think on my 30th birthday,
Yes.
we had, my wife had organized a surprise birthday for me. I had gotten a few friends together.
Yes.
And, my wife believes in being prophetic, whatever she does.
So prophetic.
So when it got to the venue, there was just these initials on the wall that were written GEC.
Yeah.
So I had no idea because it was a surprise. I didn't know what it meant. I just see these initials written on the wall in the room that were in GEC.
See?
So obviously as the night goes, and then she then speaks about it. And she says, this is scripture. It's from a scripture in the Bible. Again, like I said, she tells the story better than me.
Yes.
But basically, there's a certain warrior in the Bible who was described, and I forget what version of Bible, but it says he was a great effective warrior for God.
Yes.
GEW. And I think in that time of my life, a lot of what I was doing was communication,
Yeah.
speaking, doing events, presenting, and stuff like that. So she felt like God said to her that you would be a great effective communicator of the gospel.
Come on now.
Oh.
So that's how that's what it means.
I know, right?
GEC.
Unlockers of destiny. Very right, guys. Very right.
No, she's amazing. So yeah, so she gives me this name again. Again, I'm now 40 something.
Yeah.
Over 10 years ago, on my 30th birthday, she
Yeah.
gives us. But I guess it's there. The name is there, but.
Yes.
Events
you're not
by
functioning in
GEC.
the-
I'm not really functioning in that.
Yeah.
But again, it's something that she constantly reminds me every now and then. You know, my wife is my biggest
Really?
encourager, like amazing. And I didn't just say that, she really has been.
Why
But
are you taking notes?
yeah, so fast forward 3 years ago, and again, I look at just how God has a way of mixing your passion with calling, with just purpose and destiny. I've always loved music. I love music. And so a lot of my prayer life is always surrounded with I like to play a lot of playlists, surround myself with music. And I'll just listen to various, worshipers and just glean. When I can, I'll just travel. Sometimes I'll go to different countries just to go and be in a space because I love that. But what happens is God then just connects me. And the first person he connected with was a guy called Travis Green.
Yeah.
He was the first guy that God
Of
really
all
just
people,
connected me with. Had the
amazing.
opportunity, he was coming down, had the opportunity again, had never really, look, I have a bit of a background, I would say, in conferencing, running conferences, used to run the conferencing center.
Yes.
But to host American artists, to host an event of that kind of size, really hadn't done that before. But trusted and said, okay, we're coming down, and somehow just it landed on me. I became the point person. I was referred, and I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so I got to host that event, but fast forward, that became the catalyst. That opened the door.
What we see today.
Exactly, because it became like, again, I always say the world is very small. It's a big world, but it's small. And relationships are so key. So, he had a great experience. He went back, obviously sneezed about us. Anyone who then wanted to come was like, okay, we want to work through you guys. We didn't have a name. It was just Link doing what Links can do. Honestly. So as now the second, and now you would know this, the second major event, which was a real major event, was the Kingdom World Tour, which that had this drama with it.
You know what? Before we even get to this drama,
I may need coffee for that.
yes,
Please, have some coffee.
Have some coffee. Rewind.
My goodness.
Rewind on that.
Yeah.
Like, where you started,
Thanks.
do you feel like it really built you up to where you are today?
Yeah.
And please just take us back to you,
Thank you.
wherever you were and where you are now. Like,
Guys,
you see,
yeah,
Like how far back?
take us back. Okay, let's
Like where?
take us back when you were when you were in the restaurant business.
Right. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
I know.
Yeah,
I'd
okay.
forgotten about that season. Yeah.
Yes.
So, man, when was that? That's like
That's
when I'd left high school. I'd probably my 20s. Yeah, mid 20s. They had the opportunity to start working in a restaurant. And was doing functions, really running the functions department, catering for the restaurant. Then got promoted, began to also run the restaurant itself. And then eventually became like really running the restaurant and really the business as a whole. Gave me a lot of experience in just hospitality and food. And again, like what you said,
restaurant business is a different animal.
it is ridiculous. I do not. Let me not say that. I enjoyed it for that season, but it is intense, and it's your life. You have to be present. There's certain things that you as an owner of a restaurant transmit that others may not necessarily transmit, even as you're building a team. And so your presence, I think I noticed that just being present, I think it's also in some way really influenced my leadership style, which is I love to be very present. I think it comes from that background because you have to be hands-on, know what's happening, know if there's any leakages, know if there's any, be in touch with customers. This one got offended. The order came out late. Why? So it just got me to understand the importance of being present.
That's so good.
So yeah, hospitality was really my background, and grew in that. Got into, again, was doing the restaurant, but also got into the banqueting side of things, which was now obviously running, conference facilities and still doing the catering. So I think it gave me a good mix of both worlds. again,
behind the
answering your
scenes
question,
and
exactly. I
everything.
think God always has a way of preparing you and training you.
Yeah.
And you may not know it. I mean, I must be
Thinking
honest,
of
there was
Joseph.
frustrating moments in that journey where I just felt like, man, because it's tiring, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't have a life. I feel like it was just, you know, it's work, and you got targets, and it's this and it's that. It's this event, it's this. So it was a lot. It was quite intense, but I think it was good in that season of my life. I wasn't married yet. I then obviously got married.
Yes, yes.
But again, fast forward, that season came to an end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was preparation for, I
now.
believe, what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So yeah, just to answer your question, I think
you know
that's...
why I ask that is because people see a person in the now, and they think you just dropped.
Just
in the
arrived
Right.
there like,
you know, and yet there's a process to whatever you're doing or wherever you want to go, and
Right.
sometimes you might not see where you want to go, but don't despise where you're coming from or what you're going through or the lessons you are learning, because then they get to equip you for where you're going to go or where you are today. Because some of the things you've said, the present, I see it when you do GEC, the attention to detail, the how to deal with offended customers still happens even now, right?
It happens. It does. It does.
So, and you're dealing with different type of people in terms of
Yeah.
background and
Yeah.
everything, ethnicity and all of that.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good. In fact, I think the hospitality side
Yeah.
was your catalyst.
I think it was.
Yes.
It really
Yeah.
was. And it's just God. I think I'm grateful to God.
Yeah.
Like I said, there were so many opportunities for me to just say, I don't want to
can't.
do this. You know, but at the same time, I'm so grateful now when I look back and I see how God was just
Yes.
connecting the dots
Yes.
in my life and preparing me. So that's kind of in a nutshell how. So events. Can I now go back to events by
please.
GC?
Yes.
So
Now you can go back.
okay, so like I said, we've done this event. Kingdom World Tour comes, and again, it's a referral. I think people must realize that a lot of what we've gotten has been through referrals. Where, like I said, we did this event well. We get a call, and it's like Kingdom World Tour.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay. And I think in that time, Maverick City was the biggest group, you know.
Very so excited
And
about that.
it was so exciting. And
was so
I was like,
exciting, guys.
I was
I
like,
could not believe my mom.
I was
amazing,
like,
man.
are you being serious? We didn't even know how we're going to go about this.
Yeah.
No idea. Again,
Yeah.
we're just, it's just me at that point. But I realized I need to obviously at this point have people. And I started bringing certain people around us. People, even like Simu Broad came around us. Just different gifts, different people who
Fantastic, man.
I realize now that were so crucial in that specific season,
Yeah.
and have become so crucial even in our journey now.
Yeah.
Because that was it was a big event in terms of just first time doing an outdoor event.
Yes.
They were very clear that we don't want to do it indoor. We want to do. Almost like a stadium kind of thing. Because again, these guys were really pulling a lot of numbers.
Yes.
And they were coming with
so
the
professional.
exciting Kirk Franklin. And yeah, exactly. So it was really two very powerful groups. Well, Kirk and Maverick.
Yeah.
And so we began to work on this event and put things together. And then I think it's clear, this is public knowledge, things just went south.
Okay, please.
I don't know how much detail I can give to you.
Whatever you can give us. Just give us the details. I mean, I know some
went
stuff, but I
south.
think you need to tell us the stuff.
And I was just like, God, what is
What
going?
was the issue? What was the biggest
So-
issue?
So I guess there was just, I think being in one thing I've learned is the public space, being in the public, in the public,
Yeah.
you're always going to be very vulnerable to everyone's opinion, everyone's.
That's right.
And the moment again, we were doing a lot of advertising, we were putting our stuff on social. Again, there was a lot of attention drawn to this particular event.
Yeah.
Now, there are certain things, again, I can't get into the details. Again, I think some of the stuff is public knowledge, but just certain things started happening in terms of the artists that we're bringing.
Yeah.
And without mentioning names, just different things that were being said. Is this really representing Christianity well? Is this really,
gosh.
or is this something else? You know,
And it was across Africa.
Oh my gosh, yeah, the tour, it's a world tour.
Yes.
But Zim, for some reason, was hit quite hard.
Okay.
We were hit quite hard, you know. And the noise, yeah. I think it came out of South Africa and filtered. We seem to always catch on to the wave. And Zim became quite volatile, let me say that. You know, began to throw around things like, this is satanic. You know, why are you guys bringing this? This is not even kingdom. A lot of vlogs were being done. I mean, even sometimes you're looking at friends and you're thinking, some of your friends are looking at you and thinking, dude, what are you doing? So it was tough. It was
Did
like,
you lose some friends?
I did.
Okay.
I'll be very honest. I did. And you know, I guess I'll say it, but I think I also learned that it was a difficult season for a lot of people.
Okay.
And I think one of the biggest lessons was to learn not to take offense. Because I think it's easy to become so bitter towards Simu because you're like, but Simu, I thought, well, what happened in that moment? But I realized everyone's on their journey and you can't get upset. They also were in a difficult position. I think I can accept that.
Okay.
So anyway, all this controversy starts happening. And I'm thinking to myself, gosh, what is going to happen here?
Yeah.
The event is now at a place where, now again, with our events, we always include some local artists.
Yes.
We had local artists. Local artists start pulling out.
Pulling out.
Now, various reasons, which I can't say, different reasons, but it just points to, you see, we told you. There were prayer meetings happening that I found out that were literally canceling this thing, just saying, we come against
So you're
this
throwing
thing.
a tug of war in
My
the
friend,
spirit.
You are praying, Lord, help
I'm
me.
I'm just saying, Lord, I
People are
thought this was like a big break. This is like an amazing, and now it's turned into this ugly thing. And it's now, and you know, for me, I think, again, being a pastor,
Yeah.
it hurts me. It hurts my wife because now we're like,
Yeah.
you know, how do you reconcile this? We feel like we're doing kingdom assignment. And now it's almost like we're bringing division, we're causing chaos to some extent. And it's like, this is hard, you know.
So you put this on yourselves. Now you're.
No, you personalize it. You do.
Okay.
Because again, like I said, this is literally our second event. This is us. I think, I think it was then that, again, the name Events by Jesus. Because now we needed to formalize some things. Again, because now we're bringing a certain event, we're bringing these guys, and we need to make sure that certain things. So,
Covered.
I mean, I remember I was with one of our friends, I'm in Zambia, and we're just talking. And he was one of the friends that were there when I had my 30th birthday, GC. And we're trying to think, what can we call this? I'm telling you, we're just having this conversation. And he just reminds me about GEC. And he's just like, why don't you just call it Events by GEC? And I remember I called my wife and I said, hey, sweetie, what do you think about Events by GEC? She was like, I love it.
That's it.
And that's how it just came. It was just in a moment, literally at someone's house in Zambia, and we needed to formalize some things. And so that's how that started. And that became the first time where we really put out Events by GEC for that particular event. But yeah,
amazing.
we had local artists. So I was saying now. So we've put, now it's Events by GEC. We've brought in some local artists, and now like flies, they start dropping. It's like one artist after another. I think we lost like 3. And now that just creates even more chaos and more ammunition for people who are saying, you see, we told you that this is not of God. This is not something that you should be doing and stuff like that. So it became very volatile and very difficult. But again, we kept having private conversations. I think one of the things I've learned is just how to, I always say this, people have asked me, how did you go through that? And I think for me, there's always been there's a principle. I think the Bible says, be led forth in peace. So as much as, and it's crazy, that as much as that season, there was just there was a storm around. I can understand when Jesus was asleep, there was a peace in my heart that I cannot explain, that kept me saying, keep going. And that was the thing. I mean, I'm not going to be one to say I didn't have moments where it was difficult, but there was this constant peace. Now, can I rewind? I want to tie this up because I think it's important. You know this, you may know this. There was a season in my life, just before this, where I started having just issues with my mental health. To the extent that it got so bad, I was having these panic attacks. I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. But this was before I'd even started this event stuff. So I was very fragile, if I can put it that way, because I started seeing one psychiatrist, led to two psychiatrists, because the other guy was like, your case is just too much. So I had two psychiatrists that were dealing with me at that particular season, and it was just difficult. I felt like, at some point, I know, when someone says that suicide is an option, it can become an option where you feel hope. And I'm a pastor, but I'm feeling like, this is too much. I can't deal with this. Because I felt like every day I was sick. I was living in this cycle. I couldn't sleep. So I would literally see the sun come out and I would know that it's going to start again and the night is coming. It was painful. So that happens. I get into this. Now I'm tying it with just this.
What was happening?
So now my family is like, dude, are you going to be okay?
People were panicking.
Because I am not completely recovered. I'm on meds, and it's like, are you going to be able to cope with this? Because it seems like, but again, I come back to that piece. It's funny because in that season, where I thought I would have had crazy nervous breakdowns, I didn't. There was just some peace, and there was just some, I don't know, I think there was a grace that just was over this thing, and it just allowed. So I think, I look at all those different things, and I think that's part of the story of when I look now, why there's a certain resilience, because I look at that season, I'm like, man, we went through probably one of the hardest seasons of this business. I call it but I call it a ministry. I think for us it was always a ministry.
Yes.
Pause on that.
Sure.
Mufundisi. So all of this is happening, and yes, you're doing the work, but is Mufundisi having another Mufundisi above him
Yes.
that he's going and seeing? Because people then just think that because Mufundisi Sakade,
You can handle it.
so you can handle
Everything
it.
is fine.
Yeah, and you're just praying by yourself.
And that's key. And I think I always did that. I think that's one thing that I will never. I had my pastors, some who didn't agree. And I think, like I said, that's why I realized it was a very difficult season. But I'm also very fortunate that in my family, I have a family of pastors who are older than me. So both my older brother, my guru, my mom, my dad are both, they were pastors. So I had a very strong circle of people. We had other friend pastors from the city who also came around us and just really helped us and just kind of guided us. Because again, I think in that season but you also need the right voices. You need to hear because it is very difficult. But again, I'm wrestling. I want to be very honest. We're wrestling through things. Because again, mine was not to say I agreed. Again, now dealing with several gospel artists, you see a lot, you learn a lot, you get to see different personalities. You realize they're humans just like you. They make mistakes. They do stupid things, if I can say that, sorry. So it's realizing that some of the stuff is justified. There's some of the stuff that is like, but guys, you can't do that. That's just putting yourselves in a very difficult position. And so it's not like I was just like, oh yeah, I'm just, I would have, what people didn't realize, even with the team, I would have conversations with them, with their management and say, guys, you're putting us in a very difficult, we can't have this. And, I remember, I think, for those of you who then came, there was even, I would say, an apology. Because.
But like Kirk did.
Exactly, he did.
Really
because
did.
I think
kind of calmed down a lot of for people.
he did,
Yeah.
and I think it was important because I think we pushed on that to say, listen, and again we said we understand there's different cultures. I think traveling to the States, you'll know this that this States has got a different culture.
I was about to say, do they feel a difference of we are in Africa,
right?
The things that are accepted in Africa and the things that are accepted in the US are two different things.
Two different things.
Even if we're all Christians,
there's
certain things that you cannot do
or say
in Africa or say. Even if you're a Christian.
The mindset zakatosiyana because of exposure.
Exactly.
So
for them, it's like
background. I think also coming from just a cultural experience in everything.
100%. And so for them, it's like, no, but we grew up. A lot of these guys, they grew up in the hood. They're friends. So for example, I think one of the main issues also that I think people could deal with Kirk. They were like, okay, yeah, we know Kirk. Kirk has always been, he's just always been kind of.
Yeah.
Chan then comes and then collaborates with Will Smith.
Yeah.
And does this fiery song.
Grammys.
At the Grammys. This is literally, was it like a month before the event? So I'm like, dudes, we're already dealing with a lot. What is this? And then the performance itself has fire. And it says, this is it. This is a altar. This is an initiation. This is exactly what we're saying. And honestly, looking at it plainly, you'd say people are justified because it's like, what is it? But again, there's other schools of thoughts that say, it's artistry, it's this. But again, when you then speak to them, there's a relationship that's always been there. These are guys. But again, I'm saying, you're about to come to Africa, which is, again,
very conservative.
Exactly. And here you are doing this collaboration. The timing is just off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it was also understanding that there's a lot of cultural differences, and it put us in a very difficult place. But again, we kept our head down. Now you must realize, we were fighting so many different. Besides that, it was the same season where there was the whole SADC summit happening.
Oh yes, I remember.
So again, there was extra emphasis on there has to just be peace and order.
Yes.
So now there's calls flying around because this thing has attracted attention to all kind of places. And it's like,
everyone knows.
Now I'm getting calls, do we really need to be doing this thing? What is going on? So I remember.
Yeah, I would not wish
So
to
again, I can take you through, but again, I think I'll go. So we're having to deal with these different things. So many institutions that are involved with bringing an event like that you have to get clearance from.
Yeah.
So we're winning, we're getting things, we're fighting, Now comes our police clearance. We've been given police clearance.
Yeah.
But now there's a conversation of let's just put a hold on all events in this period. If you remember, the main meetings were happening at HICC, which is literally a stone throw away from Glamis. So it's almost like we just can't have this drama close to what's going to happen. So now there's this whole conversation of...
Can you imagine Christians being said drama?
Oh my goodness.
Drama.
I am... So now it's like, okay, we're putting a hold. And there was actually a hold. A lot of events were put on pause.
Yeah.
And I remember getting the call and saying, we are. And it's difficult because once you're just told that, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But again, I just saw the power of God and just how God had put...
Strategic people.
Thank you, that's the word I'm looking for. Strategic people in strategic places.
Yeah.
People that, I mean, honestly, just for some reason were advocating and just whispered in the ears of the kings. I put it that way, just were able to ensure, because I think now it became like, guys, if we also cancel, it's not good for just even Zimbabwe. This is something that it's a world tour. This. So I think there was very strong advocates, and then I remember when I got the police clearance. This was literally, now you must realize, this is literally the week of the event. So these guys are about to fly in, and there's no event that can happen without police clearance in the country. Worse off of such magnitude. So I'm just like, God, we need this thing. I remember we're on prayer. I got in guys to just say, guys, can we just be praying and just praying? I'm in my car, I'm driving, I've got music on. I think I was playing Yahweh Sabaoth by Nathaniel, the Lord of Hosts. I said, God, I need you to fight for me.
Yes.
That's what was constantly being played. And then I got the call, your event has been cleared.
Oh,
and I didn't want it, I just said, God, I thank you. And I remember we got that. So that was the final thing. And I remember going to the airport, receiving them.
Those guys.
My goodness. Guys, there was so much going on because one, you're looking at, and this is a group of, how many were? I think there were 20. It was a big group.
Like 30.
Yeah, 30, exactly. I forget. I think, the last one.
When they landed, did you cry?
My goodness. I think I cried. I don't think but I cried.
I was so, I must say, I was so not only excited,
I'm gonna dig
but I was
into
so
this.
proud.
Please.
I was really proud of you because, and your wife, and and just being able to pull it off. I guess the advantage I had was being in the background as well, and just hearing and seeing and looking at things. But I was just like, and I constantly say to my husband, can you imagine what Lynx is doing? Can you imagine Lynx has brought this guy? Can you imagine the guys where and give us a say,
imagine you are in the background. I know none of this.
Yes.
Like I would hear this guy has pulled out. This guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi, wow. You know?
Yeah.
I would be like, hi, wow. We're going to watch.
Yeah, we'll go. It's
We're
fine.
going to watch Kirk.
But stemming out of everything you've said, do you feel like as Christians we are not very good at supporting each other? And we're very quick to
judge,
maybe pull each other down without maybe necessarily understanding. I guess I get the fear of, oh my gosh, what is she doing? What is he doing? But what do we do when we feel like, oh you are messing up and you are part of us as Christians? How best should we handle each other? Because I feel like a lot of people have stepped back from Christianity, or from the church, should I say, not necessarily from a building. Some people still, believe Jesus Christ and everything, but they've stopped coming to church or interacting with other Christians because they've stepped out to do things. And the first people that threw the stones were Christians.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yesterday's daily Bible reading, and I'm referring to the Celebration Church daily Bible reading. First Corinthians, I think yesterday we did 4?
Yeah.
And it was just Paul saying that at the end of the day, I can build, Apollos can water, but God is the one that makes that thing grow. Right. And we shouldn't be quick to judge because it's God who actually knows where this thing is heading. 100%. So don't be judging things without the full picture of everything. And I feel like that's what we have done also as Christians, but we do it daily. Yeah. It's not like it's intentional, but we're just scared of what we don't know or understand. There's that fear. Yeah, there's that fear of, oh, why are these South Africans saying this? Oh, why are these guys saying this? So they must be, because also the way they dress, we don't dress like that. You know?
There's also talk of that as well.
And then you're becoming holier than thou in the moment because you don't have enough information.
You don't have enough information.
And you're scared of that change and what it will do. What is the trajectory to what we are currently doing? What are they going to influence us? Them coming, what culture they're bringing?
So is this fear? Is this fear taking a hold of people?
100%.
Yeah.
Look, I think I'm learning that this walk it's messy, and I think we have to accept that. When you look in the Bible, you see a lot of messy situations. Yet God was in it. God was. I look at someone like David. I always like using David. David did some of the craziest things. And God says, this man is a man after my own heart. And so, coming back to your question about just sometimes, I don't think it's everyone. Yes, I think, unfortunately, I would say a greater percentage. Yeah. I think I was actually talking about this with my wife just the other day to say, it feels, and again, right or wrong, it feels like people celebrate more your downfall than your victories.
Yeah.
It's almost like your victories are a threat to them. And so they will rather celebrate, and this is Christians. So you're saying to yourself, but I thought we're supposed to celebrate. But it feels like the moment you hear Lynx,
Lynx is bringing in CC1.
That's it. Exactly.
How?
Exactly. What has he done? Exactly. Instead of saying, oh, well, what, thank God. It's almost like, but the moment they hear you've done a scandal or this has happened, it's like, right, we knew it.
We knew it.
And that's the unfortunate thing. And I think, which is why I said, I think in that season, I also had to learn not to take offense.
Okay,
it's easy to become offended. Yeah. I realized, man, people hurt you. People will hurt you. Yeah. People will, and so...
People will be people.
People will be people. Yeah. But I think I've also learned that just because things get messy, it doesn't mean that God is not in it and God is not leading. Sometimes it's just like, God, what's happening here? Yeah. But yet God is still leading and God is still... And the Bible says He makes all things beautiful in His time. Yeah. And so for me, that's what I'm learning is not to be afraid to make mistakes. I think for us, even doing what we're doing, we're not saying we've got it all together. We're making a lot of mistakes, and we're trying to be as vulnerable as possible. We're trying to engage people, get a lot of feedback. What did we do well? What did we not do well with this event? And accept the fact that we are growing.
Yes.
And so we're always, I think, we are forgiving to ourselves also to say, listen, you're not going to get things right, but also forgiving to people.
That's really good.
When sometimes people say hurtful things, because people can say the most, and sometimes it's the people that you're least expecting that will just say the most hurtful things to you. But that's it. And I think, I always say for us, our objective was not to get into this public space. But unfortunately, if you're promoting an event, there's a certain publicity that you cannot avoid. Because again, I look at it and I'm just like, sometimes I'm like, God, this publicity just attracts a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff involved in this. If we could do this without, I would just, because it becomes a lot. You get calls from, different calls, this. And you're having to just deal with a lot of things. But yeah, I think I must also just say we're grateful to God just for the opportunity. I think for us, it's always been a ministry, an opportunity. I think our tagline is bringing people together one event at a time. And we love the beauty of
kingdom.
we just love the beauty. That's kingdom, exactly. And just bringing families, we always try and make sure our events are family friendly. So we're always encouraging people. When we can, we always say free entry for the kids because we want to see families worshiping God. It's a beautiful sight. So that's
And I love that at your events we've noticed that your wife is there.
Right.
Your kids are there, as well.
Yeah.
What has that been like?
Yeah.
I mean, working with your wife, having her in, because some people cannot work with their spouses, whether it's what has that been like? What has made that happen?
That's that's just. I'm grateful. I think my wife is amazing, and I don't just say that. I think she knows how to give me my space, but also to be assertive in certain things.
Good.
And she brings such a good balance. There's things she does for us that I just cannot do. That she's very attentive to detail. She just knows. She helps.
Good thing.
She is good. She checks the balance. She's the checks and balances.
Nice.
Assistant, hey, our checklist. Can we make sure that this?
Yeah.
Mobilizing volunteers, people, teams that are involved. There's a lot of people that are involved.
Yeah.
And so she is just good at that, and she helps. The kids also, my two boys love him. They are like, they love events by GC. And I was just saying, we always laugh. So it's like they always, okay, so who's next now? Who's next?
Yeah.
And they're always throwing some names. They'll throw some names. Like right now, there's this guy, what's his name? Who's loved by young people. And Lord, I need you now.
Yes,
Lord,
please. Frank.
Forest Frank.
Yes.
They keep saying that.
Can you bring Forest Frank?
I don't just go like, okay, Forest, can you come too?
May God give you the grace to just call and say, Forest.
If he did it before, he can do it again. Right now, nothing is impossible.
Guys, if you brought Cece was just a phone call. We do again. I like to say that. People say I always look at it, I must be very honest. I can't say we brought Cece.
Okay.
Again, like I said, it was a phone call. It's referral.
Yes.
We hosted her, yes. But even when we got the call, I didn't believe it. At first I was like, nah, this is... Because I'd heard that she was not even doing anything outside of America.
Okay.
So when I heard about it, I was like, what? Until I saw it on her website, where now, they just put it up and they said Zimbabwe. So I was like, this thing is actually happening. But yeah, coming back to the kids, so they like to throw names. But they always, and they love, I think you've seen even pictures, we always together, because they will make sure, they will be like, Dad, we haven't met so-and-so yet. Can we just go to the green room? We need to. But I think I love it. I think we get to do ministry with our kids. And even on the day, they usually are serving in some area. They're in some area. If they're not helping with the ticketing side, they are somewhere. They are just involved.
That is
so I think it's beautiful. It's a joy for us. I think for my wife and I to also have the boys with us. And yeah, I think for us, a lot of people always say, we always see you with your wife. We always see you with your wife. I think that's something that we are
Sorry,
very
guys, she's
intentional.
not here today, though.
I know.
I don't know what happened there.
I know. But I love it. And it's not like it's fake. I don't do it. I love to do things with my wife. I actually do. Traveling, we travel
really do.
together. Sometimes we're doing these tours. It's in South Africa also. It's in Zambia. We'll go there for those stops. We'll go together.
Yeah.
I could have just said, okay, I'll go. But I'm like, no. I want to be with my wife. And I think
That's beautiful.
even now people around us, even when they invite, they know that I want to come with my wife. I'm going to come with my wife. So, but it's. I think it's also safety for us. It keeps our marriage in a place where it's like, okay, let's be real with each other.
Travel with your wives.
Yeah, because I
And
think
your
sometimes
husbands.
we're like hiding this, and I'm like, no. So even events. I mean, we recently did. We're involved with the NAMA in terms of just the floor again, we got a call and we were asked to help with just the floor management. She was there and we were doing it together. And so it's just that I think even ministry, we're running the city outreach and the celebration. We're doing it together. So I've just seen the power of doing things together and it's helped us just, I think it's protected us in a lot of different ways. Yeah.
That's so good.
That is so good.
Yeah, and
So, okay, on the marriage side.
Yes.
So you guys are married but are like friends.
Yeah, we're friends.
That's why it's easy for you then to do things together.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of marriage relationships, some people are not friends in their relationships. So then it's like, or I don't want to move with him because he will embarrass me.
Yeah.
Or, it's one of those things. And also our culture doesn't help. I don't know why we have this
Varume.
kwabo.
Vakadzi.
I've heard this. I've heard this saying, "Kuti ndezve varume," and I'm just thinking, what do you mean ndezve varume?
Yeah.
This man is married. The wife is right there,
Right.
and you're saying things like ndezve varume. Vakadzi ngavasapindira. What does that mean?
Yeah,
I
don't
mean
get
that I don't understand. And from a pastoral perspective,
Right.
and your business, how did this do? Well, I guess you have an advantage because your business is kind of ministry.
It is.
And you're also a minister.
Yeah.
So they kind of intertwine.
They just dovetail. And I think, like I said, I think it's just a beautiful
It
blend.
is a beautiful blend.
Both my wife and I also have been in the communication space. I feel like God just somehow, I look at our story, there's just been a lot of similarities and a lot of just connection points. So that's helped a lot. So even when we're doing it, it's not like she's coming in and it's like, this is a drag. She loves being part of what we do. So it's not like she's coming in and it's almost like, chinu chako, chinu chedu. We're together. And we actually enjoyed
It is so cool.
But again, I think like you're saying, friendship, I think you build it. I think I look at early on in our marriage, we went through difficult seasons early on. And I always tell young couples that foundational part is so crucial. Those early years, that first, second year.
Let's talk about that.
That's the crazy season.
Let's
It's
talk
hectic.
about that.
If you
Because
can,
I think people underestimate. I always laugh about this, and I'll probably get lashback from my husband. But I always laugh, Kuti. We have that premarital counseling.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't do it properly,
Thank you.
if you don't do it properly and fully, and then you get married, and then you're like, but how far?
How
But
far?
then, munakakuudza during premarital counseling, like, this is what I am. And sometimes, well, for me, I'll speak for me, I took it for granted. I thought this guy was joking,
Or some of the things he told you
during it. I thought this guy was joking. And some of the things I said as well, he thought I was joking too. So you've got a clash of interests and backgrounds and all of that in your marriage at first. And then you finally realize, but
Exactly.
this person and this. So it was not compromising who you are as an individual, but then realizing who you are and then finding a balance to collaborate and work together as a couple. I think premarital, like, it's just tell it for the people in the back.
I thank you for bringing premarital. I always say to couples that we counsel that don't do premarital as a tick the box.
Okay.
Because a lot of people just do it like, okay, let me tick the box. We know what we're doing. Want to get married. Rather than saying, let's really just wrestle through something. I always say this to when we're doing some counseling to say, this is not for us. So even if you hide things from us, there are things that are going to come out in your marriage. So you can do well, and we tick and we say, we gave you, go ahead. Yes. But you've defeated the purpose. Rather than saying, let's wrestle through some things, let's talk through, yes, we're coming from different backgrounds, it's understandable. But let's put certain things on the table. Because I think people do it almost like, okay, I need to tick the box, rather than saying, let's use this as a tool that really can set us up nicely.
We're very high on love, guys. You're not seeing anything.
And you don't want anyone to tell you that.
You don't even want. Yeah. Like when I got married, I was like, what, 20, 22?
Wow.
Yeah, I was like 22. And my mom asked me enough times, why? Everyone thought I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Why? I was like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready. Right. It's like, why? Just hold on. Like, no, I'm ready. I've been in it. I've done everything. I really don't want to be dating anymore.
Right.
Like, this is what I want. And people thought I was joking. 7 years down the line, we're still together and there was no child. They're like, oh, so it's Kananga serious.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think also, for young couples who are listening to this, find yourself first.
Yeah.
That's true.
Your partner is not going to be the one to pull out or give you the joy that you're seeking.
Right.
You need to find it in yourself first.
Good.
Find yourself first and discover, but yeah, this is me, this is who I am, this is what God wants for my life.
Yeah.
And then when you find your person, then it should be like,
that's it.
You know, a joining of.
You don't have to now suddenly become something that you're not.
Exactly. And then now you are, you know,
Yeah.
singing with each other and fighting with each other. Like your guys' relationship, you're both like
aligned.
That's the word I was looking for.
No, I'm giving words these days.
You're throwing them, man.
You're aligned. You're in sync because she knows who she is. Right? And you know who you are. So there's no, you then have to dance around to find out what works for Ningi and Ningi. But you know each other, so you know yourselves as individuals first.
So good.
So good, so well. And then when you're together, you also know who you are together.
That's so good.
Yeah, premarital.
Yeah. It helped us. I mean, we went through, literally, we get married. We both, and this is not like a fake story.
Yeah.
We literally go on honeymoon. We both lose our jobs.
What?
Like in that, literally.
Wow.
So we come back home.
And you have no.
I'm telling you, and this is not like you can. My wife can test this. And so, for like 7 months, we would literally have people who just didn't. Who sometimes will say, "Hey, here's a fuel coupon."
Yeah.
Again, we never came out and said, you know, it's just certain people, but we just saw guys who just somehow, to the extent. True story. This lady, Mrs. Sitole.
Yeah.
She is God sent.
You mentioned her by
I am
name.
telling you, she was our landlord by Lincoln Court. Which is where we used to stay in Avondale. The first place when we got married. And for those 7 months, we could not pay her rent a dime.
Wow.
She allowed us to stay. She even said, because she would call us, fundis. She would call us, she had a home in Straight Haven.
Yeah.
And she would call us, she kept chickens and stuff. Yeah. And she would call us and say,
you're not paying rent?
We're not paying rent. But she's even giving you
chickens.
And that's why I say God gives you these people that you just cannot explain.
Wow.
For 7 months. Eventually, obviously, we then got...
Yes.
But I'm just saying that in that season, that was a interesting season.
Can you imagine? It's your first year of marriage.
Exactly.
You just come from your honeymoon. No,
guys.
During your honeymoon, there's no job.
Exactly.
Imagine if you had married this guy for the wrong reasons.
And that's what I'm coming to. That's exactly what I'm coming to. You say, marriage is insane.
Guys,
you have exactly. So if you don't have that right if there really isn't that what did you call? What's the word you threw?
Alignment.
In that season where there is this
good.
trial, that's when you say, Jack, I can't do this. I'm out of this. But I think for us, that became a season. It actually brought us closer together.
Yeah.
Because we worked. Somehow there was just a grace again that allowed us. It's only when we look back, we're like, that was 7 months, guys. where we couldn't even pay any rent. We're
And
just
what were you doing? Were you praying? What were you doing?
What were you doing?
What were you doing?
I think my wife would know
Because there are
better.
some people out
I
there.
was just
Oh, we've got a nice dessert.
what?
Yes.
There's more.
haven't
I mean,
Yes.
guys, I'm trying to eat.
Take that with you when you go.
Guys, this is so
No,
nice.
it's the
Pack it
second
on
one.
the side
Yes,
for you.
Don't
Yeah.
even stress.
Don't even stress.
Can I let me just take
Yeah.
a bite of this? This is so nice.
Don't even stress. So, what was I saying? I was saying something since before you talked about
I'm
food.
sorry. I'm sorry. No.
What was I talking about? Oh yes, I was saying, what were you doing? Were you
in those 7
praying?
months?
Were you fasting? Were you, always in the church, in the prayer room? We want to know, because I know there are couples who are out there
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
who
And
are
things are
feeling
just
stuck, and
mawana.
things are just mawana-rising. They're not coming together. How can we encourage young couples out
Man.
there? Even older couples are struggling,
What were we doing?
because marriage will test you.
Look, I know obviously,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm trying to remember, like some of this. Obviously, there was, I think we've always been a family that prays.
Yes.
So obviously, we were praying. We kept serving in the house of God. We never backed down from that. Even when we didn't even have resources, it was just a crazy season. I remember on our wedding, we were leading cross culture, which is like the young adults, and they had blessed us with a car.
Yeah.
So that was like our first
I
car.
know.
They came together, chipped in, and on our wedding, I remember seeing a car being driven on our reception, I'm telling you. So we had this car, but we didn't have, that's what I'm saying, we would have people who would just give us $10 for fuel.
This is wild.
Honestly, it was crazy. But yeah, I think we were praying. I think we had a lot of time to just talk.
Yeah.
And I remember we didn't even have much in the house.
Yeah.
I remember when we bought the first, there was a time they were very popular, those what are they called? Those sofas that are made of straw? Is it
yes,
the ones that were
yeah.
sold on the road?
Yes.
And those days,
stashed ones.
those stashed
Yes.
ones. And they had these cushions that were
Cushion.
Krishma.
Yeah.
Like animal printed.
The most uncomfortable. Then I'm telling you, those things were comfortable. They were comfortable. I remember when we bought our first one. We were so overjoyed. I remember I was like, this is amazing. This is amazing. So I don't know, hey, I don't even know what, I think we just kept our heads up. We kept building on our relationship.
Yeah.
We kept serving. I think that helped us a lot. That was also the season.
Helped you bond.
Yeah, that was the season where we were now also leading cross culture.
Okay.
So, I think ministry also, we're doing ministry together. It was a time where we were just really focused on ministry. There was no children yet. So I would say it really brought us together. It was a time of intimacy.
Yeah.
But it was a challenging time.
challenging
And I'm like,
time.
God, thank you, that season
And this
came
people
and
don't
went.
wait, hey?
Yeah.
I think the trend I'm seeing, unfortunately, and very sad for me, is how when couples get into difficult seasons like that, they can't handle it. You hear people say, Ansi, Anaurongeka. Hey, why are we like this? A man should be, a woman should be, a woman should be. Why are we not having money for rent? He should have been well planned. And I'm thinking, guys, sometimes
This is it. Life
Your
happens.
own
Life
words
happens.
also.
This is
life
it.
happens, and when you're together, you can fight together.
This is it.
You can. It reminds me of the time where sometimes like that you could never be prepared for, even with marital counseling. It can't prepare you.
No,
It can't prepare you for you can't have a child.
right.
You're married, 3 years go by, 4, 5, 6, no child.
Exactly.
It can't prepare you for.
Yeah.
Your child is sick. You've given birth.
Yeah.
Mwanarua.
Plus our
And
own culture
determined-
also
That's good, Sim.
And then
gives just unnecessary pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saka, if you're not grounded in faith,
You have to be grounded in God.
That's so
You
good.
if
have
you're
to
not
be
grounded in
God.
faith, you'll be swayed, and
And
life
that's
will
it.
just life the
Yeah.
wrong way.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that we even if life happens,
Yeah.
we know we can always count that God.
With us.
This is it.
you're with me.
Yeah.
Even if I hit my rock bottom,
You are with
still,
me. You
yeah,
lift me up.
Yeah.
I may not understand it. It is
Yeah.
painful.
It is.
It's a bit confusing. And sometimes honest conversations with God.
Yeah.
I'm really confused. I don't understand it, but I know you will lift me up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love what you said.
Yeah.
I love it because there's so many things you can't plan for.
You can't.
And they just hit you. To the best of people who
Yeah.
it just hits you.
Yeah.
And like you say, it's sad because I've seen people who have quit on their marriages because something just happened that, you know, like you said, you find out 3 months you can't have it. And it's like, that's it. Rather than saying, okay, let's trust God. Because we've heard people who quit and then God blessed them with a child. It's difficult. And I'm not saying that it's easy. And it's but those are some of the things that just life throws at you. And yeah, so I think for me, marriage will
It'll humble you too.
Oh man. Whoa.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've covered marriage, and we've covered your role in business. Tell us about raising 2 boys. Man,
those are the 2 most amazing boys. I love my boys. I think the oldest one is what now? He's in Form 1.
What?
Yeah, Form 1. Wow. And there's 2 years difference. The other one is in grade 6. But both very good friends. They love each other, good friends. My older son is more compassionate. He's the more compassionate one. So he gets hurt easily. Like even for his brother, for anyone, he just feels. The other one is just, he is
There's something
crazy.
about a second boy.
He just does his own thing. But I think very unique. I think we've had to learn how to deal with them as 2 unique beings. Not expect this one to do what this one does. They're different.
That's good.
And just learning how to raise kids. I think keep learning. I think for us now with a teenager in the house, we're having to learn now a new season of a teenager who will ask now questions.
Yes.
If you can't just tell him, you're not doing, why Dad? Why can't I? Dad, I want to,
Bees and birds.
He knows what he wants. He knows the clothes he wants. You can't just buy him any old sneaker. He wants specific. He'll tell you, I need this, Dad. So it's all those dynamics that are involved. But I think my kids, one thing I love about my boys, and I must accredit this to my wife. My wife did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
In just, honestly, I can't take credit, but I have
put
to.
It in words.
My wife, I think even just from early on in their lives, from foundational, one thing she's always cultivated is just the idea of us doing devotions together at night. But not just that, just the way she taught them. And I see sometimes kids who are just, again, different, just go crazy. Like my kids, you won't see them like going. They can be naughty. I must say, my older boy can be naughty. I get some, but I'm saying he's not gonna just go into a shop and start saying, "I need Dad," and start crying. There's certain things that my wife just taught them. I say that because now I want, there's this desire to do so much for them because my kids are not like demanding. They're not like, "Dad, we need this. We have to have this." So when I then get them like the latest PlayStation, I'm more excited because I'm like, these guys, they deserve it because they're not stressing. My kids are just so I'm grateful and I credit that to my wife. She's just really, she just taught them in a way that I can't explain. Just to be, I don't know, it's real, authentic, in a lot of ways, to just be free. But I really enjoy my boys. There's been a temptation to say, do we have a third? And I'm like, sweetie,
can we sow that seed?
We're good. We can love on Simu's girls. We have a lot of. We have a lot.
That's what you said. Boy, no. Boys, you can see them.
Thank you. That's my philosophy. We can see them. So
it's not the same.
But I think my wife is one who will probably, if she would speak more about, because obviously it's 3 boys and 1 girl in the house. So she's had to deal with us and just boys being boys. And boys, you know, there's certain things that my boys will do that I'll understand. It's just like, but guys, you can't do that. I'm like, but babes. And I see a lot of myself in my kids, a lot of it. So I'm just like, sweetie, I can understand,
man.
you know. But yeah, I think really, my boys are just, I love doing things with them. And so I think even now we get the opportunity to just do various things. We always try as much as we can, even if sometimes taking them out of school, to just say, let's do an experience together. Like on my 40th, you know, whether it was my wife's one or mine, we did it with them. We didn't, you know, we were like, we want them to be part of our journey and our experience. So yeah, I think it's a blessing.
It really is. And I must say, it's not a lot of people want to come out there with their marriage pictures and everything, and you know, and I love that you guys have set an example of godly marriage. It doesn't mean things don't happen or they don't argue or whatever it is, but to just show people that it is possible to love your wife, to love your husband, love your kids, and show the world that this, because we just hear too many negatives, but we see a lot of positives. And thank you for modeling that for us.
No, thank you.
For everybody else, you know. And I think to just maybe conclude everything, what is coming for GEC? What's your next event?
We want to know.
What is our next?
We've got something coming soon. What is this one?
Well, we just had,
You just had K-strings.
We had K-strings. I think for me, that's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Not from a purely ministry perspective.
Yeah.
So one of the things we've always wanted to do as Events by GEC is host at least one event that's entirely free of cost for people, just to come and just come without having, it's also a way of giving back and saying, you know, so we said at the beginning of the year, we want to do that. It's also kind of our way of saying it's our first fruit. So this was the first time we got to do that. And we were so glad. You know, it wasn't easy, but we just said, God, we're trusting you. So again, things aligned so well. K-Strings had come down for the Made Away Decade Tour last year with Travis Green. We got to connect with him. Really such a genuine guy, worshiper. And we're like, we just need you to come. And he just gave people a snippet because he was a support. He wasn't, you know, and we're like, we have to bring you back.
Yeah.
So again, had conversations with him and he agreed. And again, just not a high maintenance guy. Just really, him and his wife are amazing people.
Oh, sorry. Have you had high maintenance requests? Not just tell us like a ridiculous request. I've heard people say, I've heard someone was like, we invited whoever, and then they say they want in the morning when they wake up, they want doves released from their room.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Yeah,
I've heard that.
Have you had a ridiculous one? I need a pillow from Hawaii.
Exactly. You know what? I'll be honest, and fortunately enough, we haven't had high maintenance.
Okay.
Really, like.
How are you high maintenance in the kingdom?
This is the thing. I think if it's in the circular space, I hear, because I interact with some people also who do events in the circular space, and they are so strict on certain things, even certain just crazy stuff. But yeah, I think it's just more being comfortable, certain things, but not really like going crazy stuff. Yeah.
No,
but when I say with K-Strings, why I say he's not, because even the things that others would, he just is not even.
It's just like,
you know, he's, again, I'll give you like an example. I mean, and I understand it. You know, I think now as we grow older, you realize business class is not necessarily a luxury. At some point, like if you travel a lot,
and long
you get tired.
You do. You
and economy, and you know, you're sitting. Again, I say it because you know sometimes you say, why does someone need to do business class? But you realize a lot of these guys are traveling a lot, so there's that demand for business class.
Okay.
But again, like someone like K-Strings, they haven't really demanded for those kind of things. Because a business class ticket is obviously going to be like times 3 what you're going to pay. But again, we're able to bring him down in February. It was a beautiful event. And really just got people to worship. Really got a lot of, and I'm really grateful to just people who also then, when they saw us free, just started coming alongside and saying, we want to partner with you. Can we do this? Can we do, even till today, we still have people calling us, this event impacted, can we just partner with you guys? So this is something that we want to do annually. But again, now fast forward, in fact, it's just around the corner.
It's around the corner.
March, we have the Everywhere Tour, which features Naomi Rain and Todd Galbert.
Okay.
Again, relationship that we built over the year. It's really Todd Galbert's tour.
Okay.
Naomi is coming on to support him.
Okay, that's nice.
You know, and Todd came up with, he's got a recent album called The Greater.
All right.
It's called Greater, sorry, Greater.
Greater.
And on that album is a song that he did with Naomi called Everywhere.
I see.
A beautiful song. If you listen, you know what, I was on radio just the other day, they played the song, and you know, sometimes you forget, I was listening to the lyrics.
Yes.
It's such a powerful song because it talks about these seasons when my lungs are full of smoke, you are still there, you're everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just reminding us how we go through these highs and lows that we've just been talking about. And God is with you everywhere.
Yes.
So that's what this tour is about. It's really bringing hope to people to say, God is with you, even in those low moments of your life when you're, hooked to drugs, whatever. So we're inviting anyone. And this is, for us, we believe our events are outreach. We want people to come encounter God.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what state, whatever, you might be going through, that's what the Everywhere Tour is about. So
I'm glad you said encounter, because I think 2 of the events I have attended, I'm like, but people, why are you sitting down?
Right.
It's not entertainment.
Yes,
We're here to worship the King of Kings.
Yeah.
It's just a different vessel in front of you, but this is literally what you do every Sunday.
that's it.
You know, why are we waiting to hear the fun song and then get up and then like people should already start shiba ba ba ba.
It is.
It's very sad. Very sad.
And any supporting
Yes. So
Yes.
we've got some. Okay, So we've also got a host that I love so much. Her name is Rory Sankta Nikeso. She is amazing. She's from South Africa.
Yes.
She's a fireball. She's just a godly woman. Just really amazing. So she's our host for the event.
I love
And
her.
then local artists, we've got Janet Manyoa,
Yay!
Elad Cherai, Sharon Cherai,
Oh,
the
nice.
Unveiled.
Oh,
And then
I
I
love
go
that.
who I like. She's just a vibrant one. We've always try to always add her to our tours. Cleo Ari. She speaks to the younger demographic.
to the young, yes. She's
So
cool.
we always try and give a good mixture of
Like the balance.
different local.
Yeah.
So that's the lineup, and really looking forward to that. you know.
Wow, well
And so
done.
any future ones you want to just
Throw out there.
Throw out there.
We are working behind the scenes. We're working. We're always working, and we're always praying and just. Like I said, some of these things, it's just a phone call. Literally, as we're doing this, we can just get a call. So-and-so wants to, do this. So, there is, we're hoping we can do one event at least, besides the one that we did in February, like one event in the first half of the year, another one in the second half.
Okay.
So we're trying to create a certain, predictability in terms of what we do. Consistency,
Yeah.
So we're working on something for later on in the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love
That's
it.
exciting.
Love it.
Yeah.
So good to have you here.
Thank you
you.
so
It's
much
been
for
good.
taking
Guys,
the time
this is
and saying
amazing.
yes.
The food is amazing.
Food. You still have
I
a
am
plate
going
behind
to
you.
He's
enjoy
gonna
it.
take a takeaway. He's gonna take a takeaway.
Thank you so
So-
much.
I don't know if you want to give him now or after we air, but we did a
can give
little
him after.
thank you gift for you, which we'll give you when we close up
Yes.
the podcast. Thank you so much for blessing us.
Ali, thank you.
I don't know if you have any last words that you'd want to encourage a young creative who's seeing you in this space and saying, "Ish, but how is he
really
doing
wanna
it?
do
I
that,
really want to do something." Or you want to encourage a married couple who are working on something but just feel like, you know what, we're not seeing God moving or whatever.
Yeah.
Just some last words of encouragement to whoever is watching.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think to the creatives, I would say just keep on being creative. Just trust the process.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Good.
I know sometimes it feels like things are not moving, but trust the process. Do your 10,000 hours. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And I think it's gonna. It starts paying. It starts. The doors eventually open. So I think that would be probably one of my biggest take homes. To married couples who, God has given us this beautiful institution called marriage, and it's for us to enjoy. It's not for us to dread. The home has to be the place when you've come from fighting battles out there, you come and you're like, this is my place of peace.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, to married couples, I think like what I shared earlier on is cultivate your friendship. You know, make sure that friendship is always the foundation of everything that you do. So that even when you go through, which you will go through.
Which you will go through.
You'll go through the fires, you'll go through the deep waters. Let the friendship that you guys have sustain you through those difficult seasons
That's so
of your
good.
life. Yeah, so that's what I would say.
Good.
Just
Thank you.
You know the way I used to rebuke people saying, a bad season will come. It's going to come. Whether you like it, I'm like, no, I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. It's gonna because we're in a fallen world.
Where's the testimony without the test?
there you go.
It's gonna come.
There you go.
You're gonna go through some stuff, and you
Some
have
stuff.
to some real stuff. And how you hold on is amazing.
Right.
You know what? I think what has been great for us has been how we've become after the test.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, like now, you know, the conversations I have with my husband are amazing. You know, now he's like, oh, these kids are grown, we can just leave them until you and me can just be really whatever. And I was thinking, yes.
So true.
And it doesn't mean maybe trials have ended.
Yeah.
But I'm so grateful
In a
that
different level now.
we went through them together.
Thank you.
And we held on to each other's strengths. And you know, there was a point where I couldn't do it. And he was just there to be like,
That's good.
we'll do it. And then the point where he was just like, I don't know what to do. And then my knees are scraping in the prayer room all the time. You know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, super, super grateful for that.
I love
cool.
it.
That's so cool.
It's so powerful. And I hope people will be encouraged. Do stay tuned for the next episodes. Thank you so much.
Yes, subscribe,
yes,
share,
yes,
like,
do all the things.
everything. You got to do everything.
Do all the things. Thank you. Thank you so much,
much.
Thank you
Pastor
for
Link.
having me. Really appreciate it.
Hey.